Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 6 of Rebuilding Dundee United. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I'm loving this series. Hopefully you are. That's why you're back for episode 6. So if you are loving it, make sure you support me and smash that like button. I know I always say it, but it does really help the video get out there to maybe more people. It helps my channel grow, so I really do appreciate that. And if you really want to help me out, you can always become a patron. You'll find a link to that and lots of other stuff down below in the description. Now, a new season, and you know, we've done really well. Last 2 seasons we've done back-to-back Scottish Cups, which is fantastic. I think I've got a great philosophy. We blooded a lot of our own players. We've signed Scottish young players, and you know, we've done Champions League, haven't we? Twice. Got to try and get into it for a 3rd time, but I think we're doing things in a really good way. We've got the best coaching team as well in the league, and obviously Celtic have got mega money, and as you might see in this episode, even when they lose a superstar, they just buy another one. So it's a struggle, but you know, things can always change. But will it this season? Well, it's an entertaining season and probably a different season than the last 2, maybe. I'm going to start straight here on the transfer page. I ain't spent a penny, and there's reasons why I haven't spent a penny. There was no real good free signings out there. There's some good young Scottish players, but financially, even though I had about 20 million in the bank, they didn't give me anything to spend. I had 1.8 million to spend at one point. That eventually went up, but nothing to really break the bank, which was annoying because I found a wonder kid superstar striker in Mexico who had a minimum fee release clause of 12 million, so we could afford it. I went through the process. He agreed a really good deal. There was nothing silly. A really £500 million release clause. Wages went through the roof. They were about 12 grand a week. Good long contract. Nothing silly. And he passed his work permit as well. He's been playing for his country. I was buzzing. But I knew we didn't have the money in the transfer kitty, but we had it in the bank. So I was hoping that when it got to the stage of you haven't got the money, ask the board, I was just hoping that when I went to the board and said, look, this kid will change us. This kid will kick us on. We've got a great team here. With him at the top of it would be fantastic. He said no and cancelled it. So you notice we had one major out, and I like this player. He's 32 now. He played really well for me for a couple of years. Last year he only made 6 appearances, so maybe it was time for him to go, right? But what a player he's been, and that, you know, I like him a lot. Quick on the ins, and of course Mark's come back. I can't say his second name. We all know him as Mark. Could I really get a better centre half? There was nothing out there on loan that was any better, so might as well bring him back. He's 24. Chelsea should have let us sign him because all they've done is loan him back to us. Tommy Doyle, again, we've loaned him back from Man City. Again, he loves his club. 22, can't see him getting in the City team. I don't think he's good enough for City, but for us, he's a little superstar. He's worth 25 million. On to the new boys. Now, I could have brought Elliott back. He's no longer a wonder kid, the right winger from Liverpool. He's still a good player, although he has dipped. He had a first year that was outstanding, best player in every category. Then the next year he was a bit worse, and last year he got even worse. And he's getting older. So we've got a great young right winger who had a good season, so I want to promote him. So I went and looked for a new left winger. Of course, could have gone for Gordon again, but I wanted something new, I wanted something fresh. I wanted a regen, so we've got James McAllister, who's English, but I think he sounds Scottish, so I quite like that. I wanted a right back, and I tried to sign one from Porto, but he failed his work permit. He was a little wonder kid superstar regen. Gutted, but you know, it is what it is. We've brought in Cody from Fulham on loan. He's worth quite a lot of money. He's 22 years old, so he's at a good age now. He wants to be playing football. So he's going to start playing Premiership football. Hopefully he can play some European football. And then last but not least, I just felt we need something up top. Shankland is still good. He's still performing, but I wanted something. And I found a wonder kid on loan. If I couldn't sign my Mexican wonder kid, the next best thing was to go out there and get someone on loan. And this kid looks pretty good, doesn't he? We've got McLaren as a striker. He's going to be my 3rd choice. I did consider just giving in the push, and maybe I will next year. He's 19, he's Scottish, I like him, he's good. Of course, we've still got Shankland, who is worth 11 million. And again, I did contemplate as well. Harvey Holt, McLaren is his number 2. We've got Scullion, who can play midfield, and up top, who can do a job. Do I sell Shankland and cash in? Don't forget, you've seen McAllister, he's a new left winger, but he's going to be backed up by Smith, who were brought in last year from Livingston for bloody peanuts, something like 300 grand release fee. Fantastic young player. He's still going to be hopefully getting a game or 2. Over on the right, I'm pushing this kid. Forget Elliott from Liverpool. Look how good he's becoming. He's getting better and better every year, and he's filling out. He just looks getting fatter and fatter stat-wise. I like it, and he's going to be backed up by Jordan Kane, who ain't great, but he's not bad. Got a bit of potential. So going down into the middle, we've of course got Tommy Doyle. His partner for most of the season is going to be Mr. Herbrand Bergam, who I do get some crazy ass bids in for, and he had a fantastic season for us last year. I saw his talent. I spent money on him. He's now worth more than I spent on him. Herbie Kane, defensive midfielder, central midfielder, still happy to be here. Still only 25. I feel like he should be 35, but he does a good job for me. We've got Mr. Nielsen as well, who I think is real because I'm pretty sure, because I follow Dundee United now on Twitter, and I was following their debut back in the Premiership, and they drew 1-1 with St Johnstone, and I think he made his first team debut. We've got Atkinson as well. I think he's just come up. Oh no, I bought him last year. I signed him last year. Yeah, another look. He's definitely got better. That is quite exciting to have these kind of players. It's Doherty. I think he's just come up. I played so much Football Manager the last couple of days. This is my Stockport savers. Go and check it out. So he's going to be back up to Kane, defensive midfield. I think we're strong there. I think we're good. We're exciting and we're young. And I've got a lot of young Scottish players, which is great. Goalkeeper-wise, we've got loads. I've got 3. So obviously we've got Chalmers, who I bought last year, who I like, still number 1. We've got Bamba, who we signed last year. On a free, was it, I think? He's still very good. But then we've got Whiting, who's now developed in my youth team. He's going to come up as a 3rd choice keeper. McLean from last year, who was signed, has got better. Look at him. Half of these good Scottish players I've got are still not played for Scotland, so Scotland must be decent. So yeah, we're stacked. Still got Robertson, he's still the backup. We've seen the new right back. Paul Blair is going to be his backup. Again, one of our own, 20 years old. Centre halves, you know who Mark is. You know who Hutch is. Real player, as we all know. And I think he's good enough. He don't set the world on fire, but he's worth £6 million for a reason. And it's his key stats: heading, marking, tackling, positioning, physicals, all good. Happy with them. Mr. Beaton, one of our own. Mr. Nielsen, as you know him already. And Richie. So I've got 2 youngsters who back them up. And if you look at the preview, I've got 3 players in the team this year. I'm buzzing with that. Celtic are getting worse and worse and worse. They're not getting worse. They've lost though. I was buzzing when I first saw this. Someone big came in for their wonder kid striker. That was at Liverpool. They bought him for 20.5 million. He's now worth 26. He's still a wonder kid. Young and Scottish. Banging him in for Scotland. He's kicked Shankland out of the team. So when I saw they lost him, I was like, we've got a chance. They used that money and spent 22.5 million on Casper Dolberg. He's one of the good young strikers in this game. He's now 26. You know, he's not a wonder kid. Maybe Cameron would have been better. But in the Scottish League, this guy is going to bang goals in for fun. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but last year, Inverness sacked the manager, even though they got to the cup final the year before against us. Sacked the manager again? Like the manager every year. Is that what Inverness is like in real life? Are they very, trigger happy with their managers? We also have our second affiliate. I got this right near the end of the season, I think, which I'm buzzing with. I went for Wellington Phoenix because I quite like them. They're like the underdog of Australia, even though they're from New Zealand. They're a New Zealand team who play in the A-League. I just thought it's cool. We didn't have any American options, not good ones anyway. I always want to have teams that are at the top division of whatever country they're in. So, of course, we've got a team from China who apparently don't exist. They've gone under this year. Not in the game, though, so it doesn't matter. And Wellington Phoenix. So we've got 2 money affiliates. Hopefully, it keeps adding and we just can keep making as much money as possible. You just got to try and make as many pennies as possible, haven't you? But we've got to do something this year. And we started off, obviously, with friendlies. And I didn't go on any kind of tour. I played Man United under 23s, Shrewsbury and East Fife. One of our own teams. We didn't get beat. Drawing with United's quite cool. And then, we've, of course, at this point, played some league games. So I'll share them quickly with you. Drew with Rangers straight away, which is still a great result. You got someone like that and draw. I think that's fantastic. And then we've just won 3 in the bounce with three clean sheets against Hibbies, Livingston and Hamilton, which puts us at the minute top of the league, joint with Celtic. Good old Celtic. Shankland still scoring, still getting a game or 2. Don't worry about that. There's Dolberg, asshole. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. We've got Derby's back, Dundee. The D are back. Yeah, they're going to be a bit of a twat this year. Of course, could we get back in the Champions League? We've qualified through like 3 lots of qualifiers with 2 legs each, twice. This is the 3rd time now. So even though we've been in the Champions League for some reason, it's not helping Scotland's cause. I thought by now we might have skipped around, got an extra place. But no. 2nd qualifying round, 1st leg, went away to Anderlecht and we drew 0-0, even though we absolutely battered them. Don't worry, back at Tannadice, United were on fire. On fire, Harvey Elliott getting 2. Look at the freaking average ratings. Did you check them out before I started showing you the goals? I hope so. Did you check out their stats? 1 shot, none on target. They were absolutely atrocious. They were dog shit, rough, crap, wank. Happy days. Next, it was on to the third qualifying round. Obviously, you get this. If we can get through past Benfica, you're going to the playoff, remember? But Benfica, and we've had it quite... Last year, I thought it was quite easy. I expected to win every one, every team we came up against. But Benfica are good on this game, and they have some cracking wonder kids. So, to lose our home game, especially when I thought we created more and we should have won it, was disappointing. 2-1. Yeah, we had an uphill battle. But we never give up at United. But we did. So yeah, we're not going to get to the playoffs. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't 100% sure if you had to get to the playoffs and lose to get to the Europa League. So obviously we didn't get to the playoffs. That's one round earlier than we've, are we fucked? Is that us out of Europe? I didn't know. So there's a brief moment where I was a bit sad, thinking, crap, no Europe. But never fear, we are in the Europa League and we have been drawn in Group E. I'm guessing the earlier the round you go out, the tougher the group maybe, or the lower your seeding, because that could be a Champions League group in my opinion. Lazio, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Fenerbahce. Holy shit. Do you know what? It's not the Champions League. We're not going to get the money we've done over the last 2 years, but I was still super excited to see how we could do against these teams. On to the Scottish League Cup, the Betfred Cup, and we start in the second round, and we've got to the final this now 2 years running, and we've been beat off Celtic both years. I know it's the Mickey Mouse Cup of Scotland, similar to the Carabao Cup, but do you know what? It's still a cup, innit? It's still cool. And St Mirren have done well against us sometimes in the past, but we were like a class above. Another derby in the quarterfinals at home, and we battered them, which was a nice thing. But don't take too much from this. United D battles this year, there's a few of them. We'll show you hopefully all of them, but this one was one for us. Great performance into the semis, where we played Partick Thistle and battered them. I mean, we do well, don't we? We do well in the Betfred, usually until we meet Celtic in the final. But yeah, total domination this game. Trip to Hampden, Betfred Cup final, playing a team from bloody Glasgow. Only this time it was the other team, and only this time we won. Sorry, Rangers fans, but we've just on fire. This whole tournament, we have been next level. No one come anywhere near us, in my opinion. We've been amazing. So to beat a team like Rangers is great. To win this cup, finally, after 3 freaking years, 3 finals on a run, I just felt like a bit of justice. So I was really, really happy with this. Not because it's Rangers, just because we finally got our hands on it. So we may have won a cup, which is very, very nice, but there's still a lot of football to be played. It's the 1st of January. There's tons of football, more than half a season, and we're second. Behind good old Celtic. Look who's top of the goal scoring charts. Mr. Dolberg. Bloody Celtic, honestly. Again, every year they rake in like 150 freaking million, and they spend half of it. So they must be sat on a wedge. A wedge. Anyway, they are obviously ahead of us in the league, even though we've only lost 1 game, and it won against them. It was against St Mirren. That's why I hinted before. St Mirren do well against us. They're the team that beat us. So let's run through some good games so far. I don't know if I'm going to show you the goals, but the first one, Derby Day, against the D, beating them 5-0. So, you start to think, yeah, we are miles ahead of the D. Don't be fooled. First Celtic game in the league. Beat these 1-0. Do you know what? It's Celtic away. We won, which is awesome. One of you probably going to dislike the video because of it. But who cares? Enjoy the Shankers masterclass. Next up, Rangers again. We beat them, of course, because we haven't been beat. You've seen the team who bloody beat us, which means all the games I'm going to show you now are either victories or draws. And that's exactly what happened. A draw against Celtic at home, but a draw against Celtic is good. It's good. As long as they don't beat you, you need other teams to do well. And if we can stay consistent, we've always got a chance. And when you've got a defence that's like a brick freaking wall, you've always got a chance. And it is a good defence. Look at that. I just think if we could score goals like Celtic, we'd be obviously, with that defence, way ahead. Obviously no Champions League money. We've got a little bit, don't you? We didn't get that big 13 million for getting to the group stage, unfortunately. But, you get gate receipts. And I know we've lost a bit of money this year, but that's due to, obviously, putting money into the club, the club's infrastructure. And that ain't going to stop, man. Big things are going to be coming. Other big things. Now, this is a squad at this point arranged by average rating. And like I said, there's still a lot of football to be played. You've got Scottish Cup. We've got the Europa League, all that kind of stuff. Got to show you some of that now. But this is the squad. And I think they've been doing pretty well. Sterling's out for 3 weeks at this point. Tommy Doyle's still an amazing player. if you can loan him on your save, do it. Mr. Bergam, his partner in crime in the middle, again, very, very good. McLean, the left back. Herbie Kane does a job. I had my doubts about him when I first signed him, but great player. McAllister, I'm glad we brought him in as well. Everyone, I don't feel like anyone's really letting me down. And they didn't let me down in Europe. Check this out. I thought that was a tough group. I thought we'd been handed a fucking really hard group. And to go through it undefeated, I mean, I think he's absolutely outstanding. So we drew 2. Fenerbahce 0-0, 2-0 against them. We beat Lazio twice. Very good games, close games, but we beat Lazio. Lazio, I thought, were the favourites. Rock bottom with 3 points. So that, I know you don't get the money, but this is maybe more our level. This is where, you know, I'm feeling like we're an actual force. Instead of like, especially last year in the Champions League, getting battered every game, I felt like. Now on to what they now call, in Scotland, the Dundee United Cup. It's been ours now, 2 years in the bounce. It's been pretty special, dramatic wins for us. So yeah, we started our campaign for the 3-peat against Arbroath, beating them 2-0. Next on to Hibbies, our former landlord from last year, where we got the big boost at Tannadice. Bit of a game, really. Although we were definitely better, and we definitely deserved it. 2-1 winners. Well, I think we're really starting to cement ourselves as a second team. I do like Rangers. I'm surprised how Rangers can't really push on this game. I don't know if it's a financial thing. I don't know what it is. They have sacked Gattuso. They're on to another manager, so I think there's that pressure there. You've got to be competing now, or they're just sacking managers for fun. So if they don't get the Champions League, they don't get that next level money. I just think it's a tough one. I'm surprised by the fact they haven't got the money, and they had a wonder kid. Didn't realise they had a midfielder called Lynch, who I think he either went to Chelsea or Everton, Spurs, someone like that. So all Dundee United fans, I'm sorry, and this is why I was hinting that the D were going to be a fucking shithead at some point this season. Yep. They've had a decent year, and you'll see that in a minute. They've not been that bad. Anyway, forget the Scottish Cup. I've got so many of them. I use one as a doorstop. I've got that many in the office. Anyway, on to the Europa League, and what a way to start against a freaking awesome club with top-class players. Jack Grealish getting man of the match. Anyway, it was 1-1. We were lucky. Back to Tannadice, where we nicked it, and we were better. We played very well. Getting a goal in the first half from Shankland. Job done. This is insane. We've just knocked Spurs out of the Europa League. But shit got real next. We're playing a proper powerhouse of European football. A team that does very well in this competition. Atletico Madrid. We've got to beat 3-1. James McAllister getting us a goal. Yeah, they were. Different classic. Kind of tell. I think we were lucky to only concede 3. And in the second leg, we put up a fight. We scored 2. We conceded 3 again. Although it was a bit even. A bit more of an actual... You know, this gives me a lot of hope. There's a lot of players there and a lot of money. And then you look at my team on peanuts and a lot of young Scottish players. There's a lot of hope in that, you know. And special they are. We're out of Europe. We've already picked up a trophy, albeit the Betfred. We may have got knocked out of the semis by our arch rival. Forget about that. Because right now, after a battle and a half all year, we're sitting top of the league. Top of the league, right? With 2 games left to play. 5 points clear. Champions group is well underway, and it's like my boys have just got laser focus on the freaking mission, but it's not over yet, and we could have a chance at winning it against a special team. This whole series has kind of been about toppling Celtic because they've got such a dominance and trying to put Dundee United at the top, and it's always going to be tough against their finances, but you can do it. You just got to, it's a ball ache, but it's fun, and right now we could do this, and even today we have a live come right now against Celtic. We could still lose this and we could still win the league. We'll find out. Welcome to the mighty, packed Celtic Park in Glasgow. They have a very good team. They always do have a very good team. And I've got a good team. There's a couple of guys on that pitch. Doherty and McAllister, who are 100% sharp, but they fit. I've got a good strong bench as well. I've got options like Shanklin. I've got a good centre-half in Mark. So yeah, hopefully we have a good result here. But you know what? It is what it is. If Celtic beat us, they beat us. But we've had really good results against them this year. Like, really good. I don't think they've struggled against us a lot of the times. And even when they've not, we seem to have the edge on them. But you never know. And here they come straight away. Dolberg's had a fantastic year. When I saw that, honestly, like I said earlier, when I saw Cameron leave, I thought, I have a chance. They're losing their goal threat, their wonder kid superstar, and then they go and buy Dolberg. But that's the difference, man. They've got the money, crazy money. It's like they bring in these players, but they bring in players they can sell on eventually for a profit. And the computers do. I don't know if that's what they do in real life, but they do it on the game. Here's Sterling, great season as Sterling. So half an hour in, there's not a lot in it. They've created chances. They're not getting any on target. We've been a bit more precise, but there's not been many highlights. There's nothing. We're edging it in the possession as well. And we're looking dangerous down the right. They're looking dangerous down the left. I mean, it's one of them. Anything can happen. But it's half time here at Celtic Park. It's 0-0, but it's quite a close game. I think anything can happen. I'm a bit nervous, to be fair. Hopefully, I'm going to have a good chat with him at half time. But during it, there's going to be a short advertisement from a very good friend of mine, Lee. He's a mental health nurse and he's going to be doing a charity stream. So just watch a short clip from him and make sure you do exactly what he says and check the description after that.
Hi everyone, Lee here, aka Lemo57. I want you to get over to my Twitch on August the 29th. It's a Saturday. I'm going to be streaming a 24-hour stream from 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be doing a number of different games. It's all to raise money for Evolving Mindset. It's a charity organisation that I'm involved in as a mental health nurse, and we deliver sessions for people in the local community who are suffering with mental health problems. We offer support, guidance and advice, and we're trying to raise money just so we can keep doing what we're doing. Come on over guys, have some chicken and coke and have a bit of late night with Lemo. Cheers guys. All my links will be in the chat below. My Twitch and my Twitter and all the links for Evolving Mindset will also be below. Hit us up, come and follow us, come and give some support. I really appreciate it.
So like Lee said, make sure you go down to the description, follow him on Twitter, follow him on Twitch, make sure you start supporting him. He's a great entertaining guy on Twitch. He's new to it, but he's breaking good numbers. He's got loads of followers, loads of subscribers already. So you'll probably enjoy his Football Manager content. But I think for what he's doing this stream for mental health is something pretty awesome. So obviously, hopefully, you're going to check him out, follow him, and you'll watch. Second half, nearly 10 minutes in, it's still 0-0, it's tense. We've got a young side, I want to grow him. Could we get back to back maybe? Or do something in Europe? That was my aim, to kind of rectify the wrongs they got in Europe back in the 80s. So we'll see. Good bit of football from us. Always McAllister on the left. He's kept it in, lost it, but got it back. Crosses it in. 18 to 15 minutes left. I made 2 changes. They've brought Derek Graham on. Great second name, Derek. That's awesome. I have to check him out. I brought Kane and Shankland on. Fitness reasons and so on. Maybe Shankland is a bit of a legend for United. Hopefully he can rescue it. Here's Graham, the new boy. We've defended well. Celtic have kept on to it. Come on, boys. Do not let me down now. We're near the end. We're near the end. And Celtic! Back! Well, there you go. Celtic have beat us 1-0 at Celtic Park. Can we still do it, though? So, Celtic beat Rangers 3-1. Obviously, we were 2 points ahead of him. All we had to do was go back to Edinburgh, back to a stadium we know pretty well, and beat Hibs. This game gives me a lot of joy. A lot of joy. A lot of disappointment. This, though. This is heartbreaking. Pinched it off us again. They did it again. Oh. I don't know what to say. And bloody Dundee are in Europe, finished 5th. They're doing the cup. No, Celtic won that as well. Dominated it 2-0. So they won the league and the Scottish Cup. We obviously won the Betfred. So, you know, the season isn't a total dud. We got some silverware. So there you go. Massively disappointing for me. Maybe for you too. If you're a Celtic fan, you're probably secretly happy with that. Hopefully you'll smash the like button either way. Yeah. I really thought we had a great chance then of actually winning the league. That Champions Group, we were kicking ass. And then obviously the Celtic game, and I just felt it came flat. It was just a flat game. I can't get... Oh. Honestly. Yeah, I'm going to be pissed off about that, but I'm off for the rest of the day. I'm going to play. And hopefully we get a better outcome next year. I believe in this team. Might have to do some business and kick us on a bit more, really. It's not over, Celtic. It ain't over. Anyway, thank you for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Go and check out my other content. Stick around for the new. And hopefully you're happy and safe. And I will see you for the next one.